I think there was a lot of things that we needed to show. A lot of stuff going on in the country, going on in the city, and we need to make room to have those kinds of discussions. So
you lived here all your life. Where is this city at, you think?
Well, it's a lot further than where I was in 1986 on my way to college, you know. None of these things were here. Performing Arts Center wasn't here. Prudential Arena wasn't here. A lot of the Panasonic wasn't here. A lot of the development that's going on in the city now was not here. The universities weren't expanding. It's a completely different place than when I was 18 years old than it is now at 47. So it's a different city, and I would say maybe 5 to 10 years from now, it's going to be completely different again.
Has it been more than just a physical change in this city? How have the people changed, do you think? Well,
I think, you know, the folks that have been here are still here. I mean, we're getting new residents now in the city, so more people are coming to Newark who you know, probably left the city at one point. We're getting a return of folks, a new excitement about coming in and moving into a city that's booming.
There is so much talk, of course, about how hot downtown is.
Right.
But I don't remember, I've been covering this town for maybe 15, 20 years. I don't remember it being this hot, even in the go-go so-called Booker days.
Right. No, this is probably, you know, we've turned that corner. A lot of it has to do with the Prudential Tower that went up, the One Theater Square that's going up, NJTV. People are beginning to believe those kind of projects can work, so they want to invest in the city, and that is really what catalyzed a lot of stuff. And the city's commitment to the riverfront and the park and development in the central downtown business district makes people believe that they should come into the city as the opportunity is now.
And so much of it is about a critical mass, right? Not having the sidewalks roll up at the end of the day.
Right. It's critical mass, and the fact that you know, the economy is better, and New York and Hoboken and Jersey City is kind of saturated, and we opened up our doors and took advantage of that and began to invite folks over to be a part of a renaissance in Newark.
You talked a lot about expanding beyond downtown.
Right.
And lots of your predecessors have talked about that and could point to 1 or 2 projects, but you went off. You had about a dozen that you they were off the top of your head, it looked like.
Right. Well, yeah, we were running. I was running them on and on and on because I thought it was important for us to show folks that we are, you know, developing in other places. They're not as big and sexy as, you know, nobody's going to talk about those projects like they talk about One Theater Square or the Haynes Building. Or Whole Foods, but those projects are just as important. 60 apartments here, 45 there, apartments for HIV folks, chronically homeless. All of those, and most of those are in buildings that were run down or empty or abandoned or vacant lots that we are refurbishing.
And a lot of what you talked about was, you know, people talk about this tale of 2 cities, but you're talking about almost a literal bridge between the city and the downtown and the rest.
Right, or we have to leverage, and I think, you know, most cities get an excitement around the downtown, and that happens. It happens everywhere. The difficult part is try to leverage that development in downtown and figure out how it can help impact community development. And that's what we're trying to do, and I think we have an opportunity to learn from other cities that try to do that and incorporate on the ground floor some strategies that will help us develop neighborhoods.
So I have a little bit over a minute, so quick answers to these quick questions. This path extension into the South Ward, the significant part of that is the stop in the South Ward, right?
Yes, most significant part of that. Causes development in that area.
Tell me what the status of the CCRB is now.
Well, we're in court.
That's the Civilian Complaint Review Board.
We're in court. It exists. I mean, the people are frustrated, but we're still in court.
Tell people who you're in court with.
The FOP, SOA, police organizations who are in court saying that they believe that it's not right, it's against their contract, all these things, and we disagree. So we're in court around it now. So
how long do you think that's going to take to resolve?
I'm not sure. I mean, the judge allowed the CCRB to exist, to function. They just can't see any cases now or subpoena people until we get through that.
Yeah. And last question, this is your 3rd State of the City address, your 3rd year in office. How has this being mayor changed you?
Oh, I think it's made me a lot more meticulous, a lot more you know, thick-skinned, and you know, and I understand more now than ever before that. There's nothing that I can't do without everybody else. You need everybody. You need a collective to make these things work. There's no way you're going to do all of this stuff by yourself.
You, more so I think than some of your immediate predecessors, have embraced the black and brownness of this city.
Right.
I think more so than any of the others. But I want to quote you, because I want to quote you right. You talk about how this is a majority black-brown city, and it has been since '66. And the people rebelled in 1967, and it's like we're still paying the price for it, being punished for our insolence. That's some strong language there.
Yeah.
How does that manifest itself?
Well, I think that, you know, the ideas, the treatment of the characterization of the residents of this town, the disinvestment in the communities, the not employing the people or providing dollars for training, all of those things, and so it is. The circle has widened a little bit, but we still have a lot more to do. And there still is discussion about rebellion over and over and over again about what happened in our city and why it looks the way it looks. And it's almost like, you know, we're being punished because people in the city were frustrated and fed up with the conditions that they were living under.
But as you said, you feel like a real corner has been turned.
Yeah, I believe a corner has been turned, and we need to point it out. So we can get as far away from the past as possible. And like I said, forward ever, backward never.
All right, Newark Mayor Baraka, thank you very much.